It's final time here in Riga, the Pro Tour 4 final. And what a matchup we've got in prospect to decide the champion today. The number 1 seed, Cor Dekker, against the number 2 seed, Jani Haavisto, who is going to become the first player to win multiple titles on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour this year. We're going to find that out in the next 15 or 20 minutes as these two battle it out for the Pro Tour 4 final. I'm Alex Moss, delighted to be in your company once again. Let's settle in and enjoy the darts and what should be a great final between these two players. Cor Dekker, on the first weekend of the season, won the Pro Tour 1 title, took out 160 in the decider to beat Andreas Harrison. And that was his first title in 8 years. First Norwegian to win more than one title on this tour. And then the following day, Jani Haavisto, on his first weekend back playing on this tour in 8 years, won his first title in 12 years. Defeated Oscar Lukasiak 6-4 in that final to win his 8th career title. Yesterday in Pro Tour 3, Cor Dekker would have been a big favourite in the final, where he lost out to the debutant Jonas Sorensen of Denmark 6-1 and had a real horror show on the doubles. He's put that disappointment behind him. He's got himself back into another final today. 3 finals in 4 events for the Sheriff. And he'll want to sign off the Pro Tour weekend with that second title here. Treble 20, double 18, and that dart some way off. You see the exasperation on the face of Dekker. His throw is under threat in this opening leg. Haavisto wants double 8. It's a dart missed to break in the opening leg. Dekker wants his favourite double 18. He takes the opening leg of this final. First blood to the number 1 seed at the start of this Pro Tour weekend. These two were the top 2 in the rankings. There was just €300 between them after Pro Tour 3 yesterday and Cor's run to the final. That gap extended to €800. The outcome of this final will make a difference at the top of the rankings. Cor can get the better of Jani. He will open up a €1,300 lead at the top. If Jani can win, he will close that gap back to 300, heading into the 3rd weekend of the season in Finland at the end of April. The top 2 players on the rankings will qualify for the PDC World Championship. Both players have got a decent lead on the rest of the field after 2 weekends. Perhaps more pressingly for Jani Haavisto is that race to qualify for the Nordic Darts Masters, the World Series event in Denmark. If Jani were to win this final, it would put him up to 2nd in that race. It would see him go above Daniel Larsson into number 2 and in a provisional spot for the World Series with just 4 events left to play before the cut-off. In the early exchanges here, looks to be Dekker making the charge. He's left 2-digit number after 12 darts. Haavisto has not put a serious dent from 194. Dekker, does he go for the 14s? He does. Double 11 for a 2-0 lead. Goes outside, but barring a big shot here from Jani Haavisto, which isn't going to go. Cor Dekker He's going to come back with 3 more darts in hand. Now, does he go straight for that double 11 or does he split it? Goes straight for it. And now he's got to burn a dart. And he's hit the double. That is the problem. When you split the 11, you've got to hit the big single. And he's hit a double, doesn't get another dart. But Jani Haavisto, the last 6 darts here from 194. He's only scored 72. Got to hope that he can find a treble 18 for a shot at the ball. And that would have been a real lifesaver for Haavisto. Does Dekker go straight for it again? He does. And this time he makes the adjustment. Cor Dekker has a 2-0 lead in this final. It's not quite the high quality start we expected in this final. Both players averaging in the high 70s, but Dekker is the one that's taken his chances in the end. Haavisto has had a dart in each of the 2 legs. That's about it. Does Cor Dekker sense that if he can put his foot down here, this final could be won very quickly. He's got that breaker throw. Now the impetus is with Haavisto. Got to find some quality here to get himself back in the final. He's a player that has won multiple titles on the tour in previous seasons. You go back to his first run on the tour. It was known as the Scandinavian Darts Corporation in the very first year. Jani won 2 of the titles. He won 3 the following year, 2 in 2014. And as I mentioned, ended that long break between titles just last month here in Riga, winning Pro Tour 2. As for Cor Dekker, 2 titles to his name, the first of them back in 2018. And he doubled his tally on the last weekend, winning the first event of the season. And he's in a strong position here to add a 3rd title to his CV. Current PDC tour card holder. He's left himself double 10. That dart looked to be in the treble 5. Not a big loss of points, but just adds to the woes for Jani Haavisto that things aren't going his way in this final. And that is a 3rd leg in a row for Cor Dekker. It's a 3-0 lead for the number 1 against the number 2. And you feel this is a must-win leg for the Finn here. If he drops his throw again, 4-0, Dekker would be throwing first in the 5th leg for 5-0. And there's an awful long way to come back in a race to 6 as well. Both players kicking the leg off with a 140. Dekker will sense that if he can take this leg, that could be it. Most of the work could be done here and now, and again, back in that treble. Piling in. Another big score. It is a maximum for the Sheriff. Pushes his average up into the 90s, and that's pretty much where he's been for the duration of today in Pro Tour 4. We saw his first game of the tournament. Posted that 99.69 average against Jonas Maslin in that 6-2 win. Since then, 94, 94, 93 averages. Much more like the Cor Dekker we expect to see yesterday in his run to the final. and averages ranging from 80 to 88. He's managed to push that level up today. He's got him within 3 legs of the title here. Haavisto needs a 1-2-4 to get going. Treble 18 would have left the ball. Leaves tops. Raise of the eyebrows for Haavisto. Will you get a go at that tops? Dekker wants double 16. Double 8 for a 4-0 lead. And that is a 4-0 lead for Cor Dekker. Yesterday we saw in the final against Jonas Sorensen, those chances weren't going for Cor Dekker. He was missing double after double. 10 darts in the 4th leg. That was the big one. But the next few legs, missing darts at a double again. He was 1 out of 16 on the doubles in yesterday's final. But today, he's been much more clinical. He is just now 2 legs away from picking up a 2nd title of the season, the 3rd in his career. Making another push towards qualifying for the World Championship. Did that last year via the Pro Tour rankings on his first year on the PDC Tour. He is currently in the spots on the Pro Tour. Jani Haavisto was one of the first players from the Nordic and Baltic region to go to Q School and get a tour card. And about 12, 13 years ago now, we saw him win that tour card. Gave it back after a year due to finances of the tour and not being able to afford to play in all the events. He has said never say never. There may be a comeback in terms of the PDC one day. But right now he's certainly enjoying the challenge of playing on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour again. Got himself firmly in contention for the World Championship. Also the World Cup of Darts and the World Series event in Denmark. We may well be seeing a lot of Jani Haavisto on the stages again this year. Did see him back on the Euro Tour a few weeks ago after winning one of the qualifiers here in Riga. Can he find a treble? Let's get a shot at the ball. So this could be the start of a comeback here for Haavisto. Maybe 1 dart at tops. And that is the start of the comeback for Jani Haavisto. He's got one of those breaks that he needed. Dekker was sat ready and waiting on his favourite double 18 for a 5-0 lead. Haavisto had just the 1 dart at tops. He took it. He's off the mark in this final. Still a lot of work to do, and trebleless visits like that, you'd expect Cor Dekker to punish. It's not quite found the level that he's produced during this tournament, where he's averaged in the mid to high 90s throughout, currently averaging 84. But it's been more than enough so far for him to establish a commanding lead in this final. Dekker goes trebleless again. Haavisto needs to get something going here. That's 68 in the last leg. Got his first chalk on the board, but if he were to be broken here, well, that all that good work would be undone. Cor Dekker would be 5-1 up and throw in for the title. Dekker finally finds a treble in this leg. Haavisto. No big trebles there. Again, Dekker doesn't punish. No big trebles again from Haavisto, but he is down to a finish first in this leg. Now that is the perfect first start for Cor Dekker. Doesn't follow it with the second or the third. May have considered going for the ball with the last start to try and guarantee a finish. 25 would have left him the 167. And that's just given Jani Haavisto a little bit of breathing space in this leg. That 140 getting him down to a double. Dekker not getting a go at a checkout. He's down to one now though. So this has got to go for Jani to keep the wheels going on this comeback double six. Can't find double three. And that is a beauty from Cor Dekker, double 18. Well, it's his turn to miss on the doubles. He's not been doing that in this final very often. Any time he's had a visit with a double, by the end of it, that leg has been won, but this time doesn't take the chance. Haavisto, he did decide to split with the second dart, but he's hit the double 17. Dekker splitting as well, double 8. It's a 5-1 lead for Cor Dekker. The leg that he didn't really look to be in. He was given a second bite of the cherry. Haavisto fluffing his lines on the double. See a shake of the head from Haavisto in the background. That may well be where the final is won and lost in the end, because 4-2 would have been back-to-back legs for Haavisto. 5-1. Dekker is on the hill. He's one leg away from the title. He's going to get 5 goes at it to try and close it out. 3 of them will be on his throw, including this leg. That 140 is giving him the advantage. Haavisto hanging on in there. Ton for Dekker. Closing in on the title. Haavisto needs 2 big trebles here to leave the 170. Can only find one of them. Look to the heavens again from Jani. There's not a lot of room for error now. And he may have to rely on Dekker missing some match darts here, because that is another 140, the second of the leg. The Sheriff could be 2 darts away from the title. Haavisto gets down to a finish. But this is all about Cor Dekker now. Got 46 left. 1 dart at double 16. And that is the second title of the season for Cor Dekker, in a battle of the top 2 players on the rankings on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. It is the number 1 who has come out on top. Cor Dekker, he was beaten 6-1 in the final of Pro Tour 3 by the newcomer Jonas Sorensen yesterday, but he's avenged that defeat today. He's beaten the number 2 seed Jani Haavisto by 6 legs to 1, a third career title on the tour for the Norwegian, and he extends his lead at the top of the rankings after 2 weekends of Pro Tour action. He now leads the top by €1,300. And that is it for our Pro Tour coverage this weekend. We hope you've enjoyed watching the action over the last couple of days. We are going to continue with the European Tour qualifiers on this stream and on Dart Connect. ET5 coming up later on today, and then ET6 tomorrow. So continue to enjoy the coverage. I will be back for the next weekend of Pro Tour action, Pro Tours 5 and 6 in Finland. That will be held from the 24th to the 26th of April. All the coverage again on the PDC Nordic and Baltic YouTube channel. Until then, I'll see you very soon.